if there was a way to do that, I think they have to pick up the Diggy.
Oh my! You know what?
That's controversial.
That's out of the air, out of the blue. But yes, they pick up the Diggy. They can win this.
Speaking of though, what if you've seen Matilda, seen Rafaela? What if Omega pick up the Diggy?
Oh, yeah.
Because they know it's the actual poison.
The actual poison that they need.
Yeah, the poison of Bren. Bren hates that Diggy pick.
Yeah, they hate it.
And although and again, I brought up that question earlier, the only Omega player who showed Diggy was Miko.
Yeah.
Their other substitute roamer for Chaknu. So is that a question? Does Chaknu have Diggy? Does Diggy still have room in this matchup to work or to shine? How well have they played around it?
I can't see that. Like, I do not. Like, part of me doesn't want to see that.
It's tough
like,
to visualize.
You want to see in this situation where, again, like the video we played back from Season 7, where it's those moments, right, where these big names make those historical moments happen. This could be another moment for Chaknu or someone else.
I was gonna say, after that, it would happen if, I mean, Omega would pick up the Diggy if Bren picked up either the Atlas or the Gronk, and both of them got banned. So
They'll
not
ban that again.
gonna happen today.
Yeah, it worked well for them. Going back into the draft of game number 3, the bans of Bren were 1-1, Grok, and Atlas. Their first pick was Claude. Will they repeat that this time around? And for game number 3, the same bans for Omega as well. Fanny, Valentina, and Eve. Will the draft change up? Will BREN Esports continue to take away more heroes from the hands of Chaknu? Will they give the Claude to Kelra? Are they going to adjust this time around? Because Omega might have an answer for that Claude if it gets picked.
Toss a coin. Is it a Claude or a, what do you call that?
Paquito?
Paquito, yes.
Paquito.
That's the only 2 picks here.
Well, I mean, you called this, Rockhard, before. You said, you know, when they got their first win, you're like, I'd love to see them get their hands on a Claude. And that kind of brought them this stride here. It was the first step. So they're going to lock in the Claude. Again, this just allows that gold lane to kind of be a little more safe, a little more vacation mode. And on the flip side, you see a Smart Omega actually picking up the Melissa. And also not surprised by the Paquito pick.
It's early. They could have picked the Melissa Ferd. Because they obviously, Bren won't pick up any gold laners.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it seems that Omega has a plan here already. They pick it so quick as well.
Yeah.
So that means this is a preset lineup for them. They already have something planned.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about what they're going to pick for the mid lane. Their mid laner is going to change the face of this draft. If Omega pick up something like the Faramis, if BREN Esports doesn't pick it up, then it's going to be dive, create space for the Melissa. If it's going to be something like a Farsa or a backline heavy artillery mage for Omega, then you're going to have a backline heavy lineup that Omega needs to front load with tanky frontliners so that they can create space. E2 Max's Selena is still open here. And dare I say, it might be able to work. But the thing is, it's so risky because those arrows need to land. If the arrows don't land, at least you'll get the traps for the vision. So let's see if they'll pick it up later because they prioritize the Esmeralda. They're going to be taking away XP laners here. They'll probably take away the Diroth.
Yep.
And then I'd want to see them take out either the... I want to see them take out a Masha because the Masha would be great, I believe.
You guys see what's happening here though, right? They lock in XP lane already.
Yeah.
So there's... Omega's not giving BREN any guessing games, right? They're straight up, this is what we want to play.
Yeah.
We don't care if there's no flex. Normally, teams would like leave the Esmeralda on the second rotation here.
Yeah.
They didn't want to risk it. That means Omega really has a lineup in mind here.
Yeah, this is Omega going for the... Okay. Actually, both teams have already showed their ace in the holes. BREN Esports actually have showed all of their main damage dealers or their key pieces. So both of them will just play around for BREN, XP, and Roam. For Omega, Roam, and mid.
So that's the sword. Now where's the shield?
I think at the same time, too, a defining factor is we've been talking about this, you know, for 2 games now, is what does Chaknu play, right? There's already so many. I mean, there's 2 bans right now. I'm not sure if this last ban from BREN is going to be targeted towards Roam as well, or if they go ahead and use it on the mid lane to kind of lessen the picks here for E2 Max. But thing is, yeah, it's both teams just pretty much saying, like, I mean, they call them each other. They call each other besties, right?
Yeah.
And they've been giving their best up to this point, and now it's just our cards are on the table. Just this is the last final effort from both teams. They're happy with what they're going to draft. They're confident in what they're picking, and that's what this is showing.
Well, so far, I think that Lolita would be great for Omega here.
Yeah.
What other like good roams are going to be? Just I think this is something that needs to happen. Omega needs lock in a roam that can protect the Melissa, because they don't want what happened to Red earlier happen to them.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. If they pick up something like the Lolita, the Kufra, because I was thinking Kufra, they might not have enough peel for their marksman, and they'll need that peel. With the Lilia gone, I'm really feeling a Selena right now potentially for Omega to get showed up. Yeah, I'm feeling. I have to go back to the picks that they've picked in the mid lane. Sicilian might be a bit too much, going to take time. Julian's still open in the mid for Omega, but that's usually more of a Kel VJ pick.
Yeah.
Kagura as a counterplay. They don't see the roamer yet, so if it's going to be the mid lane pick might go last and they'll pick roamer now.
Oh.
There it is.
Okay.
Protect that Melissa, which is a very critical piece that was missing earlier in the BREN recipe.
Yeah.
Omega realized this in the fourth pick.
Yeah, the thing now for Ogun is what's Ogun going to pick?
Well, they know. It looked like the lock-in was already there.
Ruby.
You know what? Selena's looking better and better now.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's so single target. However, the Melissa, I mean, with Muddles out, that's also multiple damage. So, yeah, Selena looks great.
Yeah, I mean,
you know Ryzen's full attack, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Do you just go to those OG kind of classic picks here, in the hands of of Etu Max? That could definitely work, but still, it is another high risk, high reward type thing. So Fredrin comes out. So Fredrin paired with Ruby, quite tanky. A lot of CC. You have the taunt, you have the pulls, a lot of interaction between there. Smart Omega, though, they obviously had this draft in mind. What do they round this last pick out? It's going to be crucial. If it is the Selena, you kind of going down the same route that BREN went last game.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to go high risk, high reward.
Yeah, if it's not Selena, Kagura, maybe. No,
Sicilian was.
Yeah, one of the other options I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Instinct was right. Spot on.
Is this them going back to the Omega timers, like if they need to?
Yeah, it's kind of risky, isn't it?
It's actually a super Omega timer lineup.
Yeah.
Both gold lane and mid lane. That's all their damage.
This is literally like, let's take it beyond the 18-minute mark.
Yeah.
All right, set your clocks. It is going to be an Omega timer.
I was like, hold on, wait, what?
Wait, wrong team? Wrong team?
Well, in a way, there's still clocks involved, right?
Yeah, for
there's
sure.
still timers. Let's take a last look here at the team compositions of Smart Omega. Doing a little bit of a throwback here, some OG picks, and across from them is BREN Esports with also a very good balanced lineup. How does this play out again? This is game number 5 ahead of us. The crowds cheering for both their teams, sitting at the edge of their seats, as you just pointed out, Rockhart.
Yeah, no light on
No light for Onyx. Their time is up. But now we have these two teams to focus on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last game of the series, BREN Esports versus Smart Omega.
All right. So, the keys to victory earlier will resound even further right now from midnight. Earlier is better for BREN Esports. But the problem is, again, they do have a Claude, which is a little bit late game, and the Karina as well. So they have some tools in the mid. They can make a lot of pickoffs happen. That could be their ticket to stopping that late game.
My only concern here is we haven't seen Sicilian in a long time, right? There's going to be some poking back and forth right now.
Oh,
The burn.
Both of them are fine. But going back to the point, right? We haven't seen Sicilian in a while, honestly. He kind of fell out a little bit of the picks towards the second half of the season, regular season. And he is obviously going to take quite a bit of time to build up those stacks, build up the damage. Meanwhile, Few will be just unleashing from now until later, right? So that's something that they have to consider. BREN Esports can play around that and really punish lanes if they want to. But again, the name of the game here for Smart Omega is to stall out as much as possible. Unless you happen to get some early kills, maybe on Etumax, maybe on Kelra, or even Ryzen if he can snowball in the jungle.
Whew. Again, it's a tall order, obviously, because basically Ryzen is their only damage dealer or primary, like, big dam in the early to mid game.
Early on, Smart Omega needs to be super disciplined here. If they're gonna lose fights, they can't lose so much. But I like at the same time they're not shy with aggression. They have vision. Kaltizi sort of feeling like something's up, dragging it back a bit.
Okay, he got some sense. Oh no, wait. Oh, okay, short. Just a little short there. But that's okay for Ryzen. Now it's Turtle up.
Yeah, this is gonna, I mean, little awkward positioning for them there. Trying to snap that, but they can't. And now Turtle gonna be worked on here.
Good control from BREN Esports. Feathered airstrike, zoning out Ryzen. He gets taken out for first blood. There's a follow-up. They're trying to see if they can make something happen, but Kaltizi's low. I don't think he can go for the retribution steal. Or will they? Looks like Turtle's gonna be reset here.
Oh, no Turtle collected there. It looked like a big gamble that Omega pulled off, but they did do enough of the correct things to delay that. So now they have a second chance at it. But with how BREN Esports are positioned, way too risky if Ryzen will go into the turtle pit alone. That's going to be the first turtle for BREN.
All right, BREN. It's like nothing will be happening on the side of Omega except for Renzio going down. And this is as good of a start as you can get, I think, against a team like Omega. Again, abuse the fact that Kelra can't join the fight, that Itomax will take a while to wind up as well.
Yep, and Super Marco very confident in lane right now against Kelra, or even. Again, going back to the first two games, Super Marco really struggled, but now he's shining for BREN Esports, and BREN Esports themselves are shining. But again, now they are playing the game of Omega wanting to drag this game out, go to the late game. The point of the game where it's just gonna be, all right, who's gonna play better MLBB action? That's what Smart Omega loves. BREN Esports be able to end the game earlier on. They have the tools to do that. They have a Karina. They have a Farsa who's already 2-0 to start the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm looking at here. Renmar and Rockhart is, Few sitting on 2 kills. Like I said, when the game started, if he gets those early kills on, it's going to be really painful to deal with if you're Smart Omega, especially with your mid lane matchup, right? You're here with the Sicilian. You need time to scale up. He just picked up the Clock of Destiny about a minute later after a few. So, that all plays into part in these early skirmishes here. As you can see, Smart Omega pretty much trying to make a play on the bottom side because they need anything that they can handle right now, and it could be here.
All right, Super Marco. Using Blazing Duet to clear it up. And Omega, I'm a little surprised by how restrained they were in there. Normally, I would see Omega members just really just, tear it up when they can.
Yeah.
They are recognizing that these timers are very important. We have to respect BREN right now.
Yeah, patience. They know they can't give up so much more. Smart Omega.
Oh, look at that. Oh, Glenn trying to see if he can keep Super Marco alive, and he does. Ryzen can't really push forward. Itomax charging it up as well, but Lolita not going to be even needed there. They get a kill.
Oh, top side though. It looks like BREN Esports have free access to the turtle. They know how many members of Smart Omega are in the bottom lane. Omega wants to pressure gold. BREN Esports wants the turtle.
Okay, so they trade cross-map play here, the objective for the kill on the bottom side. The kill also went to Etumax. Again, he's running the mystery shop. That's going to help him a little bit here with the scaling department. He's crucial to the success of Smart Omega. So, still, in a way, a little bit of a win, but BREN Esports still holding on to that gold lead. They continue to make plays if they can.
And earlier is better, and BREN wants to finish this before it gets started. They get one. Chapter's low. Not going to be able to finish the cast on that one. Kaltizi just keeping Ryzen alive, busy here. Kelra keeping Ryzen alive right there. You're not going home. Where are you going?
Dodged there.
Dodged right out of there.
BREN Esports is aggression. Key to victory #1. Play it fast. The faster, the better, and that's what they're doing. Smart Omega were surprised out of nowhere with the damage coming out from Kaltizi.
And BREN just looking so good, and they have full knowledge of how to keep a Claude alive.
Oh, that's crucial too. I mean, they are capitalizing off this gold lead that they have, checking out the items too. They're sitting pretty on every member here. And there it is, the crowd feeling it too. They know they have the lead. And imagine the damage you just saw from Super Marco. All he has pretty much is the Demon Hunter sword, right? And that's the great thing about a Claude pick, is if you get to kind of just farm up here, the team is going to do everything else for you. They're looking to press it in the mid.
Open's pushing up onto the jungle on the right. Renzio's on the left, keeping Kaltese busy. Chaknu, they're defending. They're holding on to this mid lane turret. Don't want to give it away. Don't want to give away that vision, that map control to Bren.
Now BREN Esports, this turtle really looks like it's going to go to their side. Barring any major mistakes, Omega will, it looks like they're going to be going for gold lane tower, push that down. That's going to be Pandora covering it. Hopefully, BREN Esports are hoping he can defend it, but it doesn't look like it. Turtle for Bren, tower, and more space for Omega.
Yeah, great. I mean, that's, what, 3 turtles across the board for BREN Esports. Playing around with a 3K gold lead, putting pressure on the top side. Where does Smart Omega want to put an answer? And it looks like it's going to be the mid lane.
Yep, mid lane once more. Ryzen, he's got some damage, but he will get pulled in by Ogu, and then that's the dive in by Kaltese. Might be a bit too much for the Cretan to handle. Looks like he'll be able to walk on out of there. And now it's Bren. They want this turret. They get that goal.
Now that is BREN Esports saying mid-game is ours. The next 3 to 5 minutes is ours. Even longer, Omega will be having such a difficult time finding any space around the map. All their outer turrets gone. Second turret top lane gone. All turtles for BREN Esports. Omega will have to crawl back. They have to play that classic Omega timer game. 16 minutes and longer. 18, 20.
18 to 20, yeah.
18 to 20 and longer.
That's a long time to wait.
Can Omega hold on? Because BREN, man, they're doing everything right.
Yeah, this is going to be the longest 12 minutes of the season for Omega.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Of their entire careers.
Do we end up seeing a 50-minute game? That's the question, right?
Do we see an Omega not in the finals? Or in the upper bracket finals?
Or in the top 3 after so many seasons?
Oh my god.
Renzio's
in trouble. Oh, phew! He missed! He missed with the flicker!
Renzo lives!
That's pretty big. That buys some time here.
They lose another turret, though. So right now, I mean, not only are you losing in the economy, but you're losing the space competition too. Ryzen doing whatever he can to grab a little bit more. Does get the top side turret, but can he survive this? Everybody else crashing down.
Look at that, Kaltese just bullying Ryzen right now. Even without that feather airstrike, that would have been a kill.
That's going to be a Lord too.
That will be a free Lord. And you hear it. You hear the crowd. They feel it. They have completely just read Ryzen. After 4 games, BREN Esports seems like they know how Ryzen wants to position, how he wants to move. That opened up the Lord for Bren.
That's going to be the Lord walking up here for BREN Esports, and everyone's keeping busy on mid. Chaknu's low. He won't be able to set back again. Renzio as well. They're going to have to back off and reset and regroup. Lord will walk up on top. This
is not looking pretty here for Smart Omega. They have not had an answer at all besides that 1 kill for what BREN Esports is baking them. I mean, this is the power of the Redeem team. We're seeing it here, right? BREN Esports in complete control of this one. They've got a Lord going on the top side. They're just waiting for these waves to push in here. They're going to grab another turret in the tier 2 side for mid and then push into the base. What can Smart Omega do?
It looks bleak. Only 4,800 gold for the Sicilian. Only a Lightning Truncheon and a Clock of Destiny. Items up the wazoo for BREN Esports. However, they don't need to build magic defense as much just yet, but they're already on the way there. A massive capitalization on a mistake by BREN is what Omega needs to turn this around potentially. Ogwen misses ultimate.
Bishop on top lane though, the Lord will do the work. Bottom will be pushed in a little bit as well, but there's defense happening there. Minions will be cleared, and it looks like Omega going to be able to buy some more time with this one.
This is tough because what Omega does need is about another 7 to 8 minutes, right? I mean, that's a long time.
It's a long time.
That's a long time.
It sounds small, but in game,
that's a long time.
Every second is just an eternity.
Especially when BREN Esports is doing what they're doing, right? They're forcing plays in situations, even with these concealed plays few on the feathered airstrike.
Casting up as much damage as he can on the score. Look at
damage!
Hits on the killer. He's low. My goodness, how is this Melissa gonna get in position, man? How is he gonna be able to do the damage?
Way too difficult. Omega has to wait for that feathered airstrike to be used first and then back off and then engage. But in an 8,000 gold lead, even them re-engaging with the feathered airstrike gone is difficult. Again, it will take a BREN mistake for Omega to turn this around.
Oh boy, Super Marco! He's trying really hard to do that damage.
Wow.
That was actually very brave of him, even with the Wind of Nature.
Yeah, a risky bisky, but man, it did the job, created space. That's another base turret gone for Omega, and only the bottom base turret stands for them.
And you see how close Ogwin got of getting that unoffended combination off. It was, you know, he unfortunately, if he got that off, that could have been game.
That's a potential game-ending play.
Yes.
I know what you mean.
But right now, Smart Omega still holding on to that one turret. They're scraping for any resources, gold, XP that they can find. But
boy.
BREN Esports just completely controlling everything. And look at that. The emote comes out.
Okay, in-game taunt happening here for BREN.
Athena shield
Very
already
confident.
built for Pandora, and yeah, in that scenario, man, just be happy with it. Just be happy. BREN Esports are feeling it. They know they've got this in the bag, and I think they understand also, guys. BREN Esports probably thinking we cannot make a mistake. We cannot slip up. This is still Omega. This is still the poison. But with how BREN are playing right now, they're positioning themselves in the map. The risks that they're taking, the calculated risks, they are feeling it already. It's within their grasp. Can they hold on and not let go is the question.
Man, right now, all we can do is wait for that last push of BREN Esports into the base and Smart Omega to see if they can actually pull off an amazing defense here. They have some of the tools, but honestly, BREN Esports, with them being 10K ahead, they can choose when to fight. They can choose the angle they want to go for. And they just wait and buy time for that Lord to march down the middle lane. And this could very well be Smart Omega's last chance to defend here. They've got to pull something amazing off, and it starts now.
And it should be a very powerful push here from BREN. Inhibitor turrets go down on bot side. Will be pulled in by Ogwin. What a massive play! And I think that should be it. It's going to be so hard for Atomas to clear. But
The
that
Lord.
stun goes down, and the Lord is wailing. They could go in,
That's
and they
gonna
will
be it.
finish it.
Two seasons worth of heartbreak, of disappointment, of missing out on the